Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Ray's Cottage Acres. We are coming into the next week in May. I thought I'd give a quick garden tour. I'm starting here with my potato peel experiment. These were just peels with eyes, and as you can see, they're coming up pretty well. And this one's a huge plant. So very excited about this. I always thought you had to have a really big chunk of potato, but all you really need is a little bit with the eye, which is pretty much what you take off when you peel your potatoes. So this is really exciting, because that means if you get organic potatoes from the store, you can actually have your dinner and then plant new potatoes. So I think that's a lot of fun, and I'm really excited that the experiment is working. Here the garden, here we are, the overview. And I believe this year I'm probably going to expand out into here as well. I have some more sweet potatoes coming and things, and I think it'll be good to grow a little extra, because some people are having a really hard time financially, and our local mission has really been getting slammed. And last year I brought them a little bit of produce, but I'd like to bring them a lot more, so I think I'm going to turn this into kind of a giving garden. So coming in, the little experimental onions from Old Alabama Gardener are moving right along. And then the fava beans, I got a 1/4 pound off them yesterday. They're really starting to produce well. It's really nice to get a bean this early in the year. Oh, I missed a whole bunch in there. And my garlic is still coming along. This bed is going to be for bitter melon. It's a very medicinal plant. Look at this, guys. I gave away, I think, 15 boysenberry and raspberries, and the boysenberries, I must have missed some rates. So I'll have some more to give away. But yeah, this bed is going to be for the bitter melon, which is very medicinal. I'm going to try growing it this year. I've never grown it before, so I didn't want to use one of my normal beds for it, because it's important to, be able to grow foods I know I'll love. But I put in a new experimental bed just for that. And so that's one thing I like to do if I'm experimenting. I like to put in a new bed instead of using my old space, so that I don't lower my production in case I hate whatever I'm experimenting with. So my carrots, grass clippings between them to hold down weeds and to add more nitrogen as they break down. And then my beets, those are a golden beet and then normal beets. I may have to come through and reseed a little, but I think they're just slow coming up. And I covered him when it was cold with a pot. This guy here, again, with a change of weather, decided that he would bolt. So did that guy. So I've got more started. This is my perennial baby, and he's one of the good ones that did not bolt this year. So I'm taking more cuttings off the perennial kales, because that's what you want, is ones that don't bolt and the leaves have good flavor throughout. And then this is my stand of dwarf kale, turnips, spinach, and finally it looks like my orich is coming up. Orich, I can never say that, but it's finally coming up. So I had to seed it twice. And volunteer sunflower, I always leave them. I had to cry uncle and get some starts for eggplants. I cannot grow eggplants. It's easier for me to just give up and buy eggplants, and usually peppers. I had all my peppers sprouted and something ate the tops off of them, so I bought some peppers too. but my cabbages are looking good. These are my Baker Creek seeds. Hillbilly, I've never grown that one before. And then again, when I was picking everything up, I bought a white heirloom tomato because I didn't have seeds for it, and a different gold tomato than I have. So I've got my babies in, and they're doing well. I had to cover all of them. I actually used soda bottles, cut the bottoms off, and put them on with landscape ties, and they did fine through the frost. So this year in the compost bins, I decided that the ones that were mostly broken down, I would let them keep breaking down with things in them. So I put in these Sweet Anna butternut squash that are supposed to be the ultimate, and they're coming up. And then I put in these little melons. We'll see how it goes. I decided to do it because the potatoes volunteered in here and the sunflowers, and I decided if they could grow in here, so just something I actually put in. Now this is my active pile. It's just starting to heat up, and I'm still filling it up with all the leftover things. These guys. I pulled up because I decided I did not like this version of Rocket as much as the one in the greenhouse. So I'm still waiting on the ones in the greenhouse to produce. And then even in my heavy brush pile, I must have missed, I threw a potato in there. So got volunteer potatoes everywhere. It's a little bit warmer back in this garden than ever beside the studio. So got all my little strawberries, and again they got hit a little bit by the frost, but they made it. I didn't realize I had a volunteer dahlia this far down because these all had rotted out, but this one had lived and I didn't realize it, and so I covered her up and she still pushed her way up through the top. So there's going to be a zinnia in this, dahlia in this squash. These haven't popped yet. They're a scallop yellow, and I have not had any success with them last year, and I'm trying again this year. They're not germinating. But these guys, 8 balls, love 8 balls, highly recommend them. They're really prolific and tender, and we absolutely love them. And then the yellow squash are coming up as well. My sweet potatoes have been delayed. I ordered them a couple months ago for delivery the first week of May, but they're having growing problems, I guess, so I still haven't gotten them. But I ordered from another place too, so I've got about 100 slips growing, and half will be for me and half will be for the food pantry garden. And of course I'll put beans, I'll direct seed beans and things like that into there as well. So the rest of this row, I'm actually going to see if I can scare out the materials to make another little raised bed in here. And then it's dahlias, a couple other things in here as well. That's a coneflower, and then the gladolias. It's mostly a lot of dahlias that came back from the root, and that looks like a weed. So I'm pretty happy. I didn't expect the dahlias to receive. There's my little seating area, but I haven't gotten a bench yet to put there, just got my table. This is a really cool kind of corn. I just started growing it this year. It's called evergreen, and it's supposed to stay tender longer than traditional sweet corns. And then over here, those are my store-bought peppers. I ordered them from someplace. I usually go to St. Marianne's Garden Mart and get them from this guy. So we were able to still order and do curbside pickup. of some of the plants. And this guy I left in here because he was still struggling a little bit. This is a purple Russian tomatoes. I had them last year and loved them, but these purple Russians are a lot bigger and further along. I have to put a tag here. This is a perpetual spinach that's supposed to have a lot of health benefits. And it's called longevity spinach. So hopefully he does well, and I'm going to put another one in another spot. I've got them from Baker Creek, and they are not frost hardy, so it'll be out when it's warm. And then my alpine strawberries I grew from seed are in the front here. All right, I've got another dahlia that came back. Borage, that's wonderful, absolutely wonderful for bees, and besides being a medicinal plant. So wherever they see themselves, I just leave them, unless they're really in the way. And then I've got a little patio peach coming on, and some more eggplants. I love eggplant. This is a new thing to me. It's a jostaberry, and I've had it for a few weeks now, and it's settling in really well. This space, I am trying to root some of the kales, the perennial kales that I like, and they're a little droopy. I don't know if they'll take or not, but I'll keep them watered and hopefully end up with some baby perennial kale to pass on to other people. Oh my. Okay, I haven't looked in the greenhouse for a little bit. It's getting a little bit weedy over here on this side again. These broccolis are not looking amazing, and then I still have to plant, there's some broccoli. Still have to weed a little bit here obviously and plant a little bit more over here on this end. But my dinosaur kale is doing okay. Another volunteer sunflower. I'll have to transplant him because he won't be able to live in here. And then the carrots are coming along really nicely. So here are my leeks, onions, and potatoes all doing really well. My peas doing pretty well. I didn't amend this bed here in the front. I think they could use a little shot of something too. Maybe a top dressing of compost. This is the spot where my okra will go when it finally comes up. But these potatoes, a few of them had very minimal damage. They're doing much better. This bed is bush beans, and one of the neighbor's cats, I think, had gotten into it, so I had to dig out that center part and discard all the soil, so I have a spot that isn't as well seeded. I might have to come back with one more or two more beans in there, but overall it's looking pretty good. So that's it. That's pretty much all. The rest of them is in the mustard, and another set of garlic, another set of peas, more flowers, and then here I have Chinese cabbage, and I am looking. I've lost my butterfly. I had an artificial butterfly on here to protect them. It seems to have blown away, so I'll have to look around for it. Aren't bok choy so cute? Look at those adorable little leaves. And the boysenberry, besides being incredibly annoying and making babies everywhere I don't want them, is putting out a whole bunch of flowers, so food for bees, and is going to have some really nice berries on it this year, so I'm pretty excited about that. Alright, that's about it. That's the tour for the day. I hope you all can get out and enjoy your garden spaces, however big or small they may be, and have a beautiful, blessed day.